All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're taking a close look at a vehicle that makes a pretty huge claim, the 2025 Chevrolet Suburban. We're going to break down its official launch page and see what all the fuss is about.
You know, Chevrolet isn't just trying to sell you an SUV here. They're selling an idea. That's a really bold statement. So how do they back it up? Let's dig into the details and find out.
Okay, so they kick things off with three big best-in-class claims. And the first one is all about tech. That number you're seeing, 17.7 inches, that's the new center touchscreen. We're talking the biggest in its class. And trust me, we'll see more of that monster display in just a minute.
All right, next up is efficiency, and this one's a big deal. With the diesel engine, Chevy's claiming a best-in-class range of 728 miles on a single tank. I mean, think about that. That's enough to get you from New York City all the way to Detroit without even thinking about a gas station. We're talking serious road trip freedom right there.
And the third pillar? Well, it's got to be space, right? A best-in-class cargo volume of almost 145 cubic feet. So right out of the gate, Chevy is positioning the Suburban as the top dog in tech, range, and just plain size. It's pretty clear they're going all in on that American dream idea.
Okay, so those are the big claims. But what about the vehicle itself? Let's get into the nitty-gritty, and we'll start with the first thing you notice, that statement-making design. How does this thing look on the road?
So check out these different grille designs. This is not just some tiny little tweak, no way. The source makes it clear this is a major styling update. Every single one of the 6 trim levels gets its own unique look up front. It's all about making a much bigger, bolder first impression.
And it's not just about the grills. The lighting plays a huge part in this too. They've got these cool animations that greet you when you walk up to the car or walk away. It adds this little bit of theater, you know, a really modern high-tech touch. But really, if you want to talk about commanding presence, look no further. For the first time ever, you can get massive 24-inch wheels on this thing, right from the factory. I mean, that completely changes how it sits on the road. It gives it this incredibly aggressive premium look.
So, with an exterior that bold, you gotta wonder, right, what's it like on the inside? Does the cabin live up to the hype?
Well, let's find out. We're heading inside what Chevy is calling the Command Center, and it's supposed to be all about new tech and, you guessed it, a ton of space.
And wow, the first thing that hits you when you get inside is just this wall of screens. There's that huge 17.7-inch center display we mentioned, the biggest in its class, and it's paired up with an 11-inch screen for the driver. It creates this super modern, techie cockpit. Honestly, it's a massive leap forward from the last version.
Now let's talk about one of the biggest tech features available on most models, Super Cruise. This is Chevy's hands-free driving assistance technology.
And what's really cool here is what this system can actually do. This isn't just your standard cruise control. No, this is actual hands-free driving on compatible roads. But here's the real game changer. It now works when you're trailering. Think about it. For a vehicle people buy specifically to tow boats or campers, being able to do that hands-free on the highway, that is a huge, huge deal.
Okay, so all this tech and size is awesome, but a beast like this needs some serious muscle to get it moving, right? So let's pop the hood and talk about power and capability. What are the engine options?
The big headline here is the updated Duramax diesel engine. And what's super cool is that for the very first time, you can get this engine in the Z71 model. That's the rugged off-road version. So you get all that incredible low-end torque from the diesel, but you get it with all the off-road goodies of the Z71. I mean, for anyone into overlanding, that is an absolute dream combination.
So let's talk numbers. What does this actually mean for performance? Well, that massive 495 pound-feet of torque, that's what gives you that insane pulling power, right from a dead stop. And now they've bumped the horsepower by 10% to 305, so it's going to feel a lot more responsive when you're merging onto the highway. These aren't just numbers on a page. These are changes you'll actually feel when you're driving.
Now, if you're more of a traditional V8 person, don't worry, they've got you covered. There are 2 gasoline V8s available. You've got the standard 5.3-liter, or you can go for the big one, the 6.2-liter, which gets you the most horsepower you can get in a Suburban, a whopping 420. All right, so you've got all this power, and you've got this massive vehicle. That means safety is, well, it's absolutely critical, right? And the good news is, according to Chevy, the new Suburban is packed with more standard safety features than any model before it.
And you can really get a sense here of the kind of 360-degree safety bubble this thing tries to create around you. We're seeing some really advanced stuff becoming available, like intersection automatic emergency braking, which, let's be honest, could be a total lifesaver in the city. And notice how they're focusing on things like cyclists and even trailering safety. They're clearly trying to solve some of the real-world problems you face when driving a vehicle this big.
So, the big takeaway here is that all this stuff, the new design, the cool tech, the powerful engines, it's all available across 6 different models. So the real question is, which one is right for you?
This chart gives you a great little overview of the whole lineup. You've got the LS, which is your solid, really well-equipped base model. From there, you can get specific, right? You can go for the Z71 if you're all about off-roading. Or you can go completely in the other direction and get the High Country, which pretty much turns the Suburban into a first-class land yacht. There's basically a flavor here for every kind of person who might want a big SUV.
So when you step back and look at the whole package, the new look, that massive tech overhaul, the more powerful engines, it's pretty obvious what Chevrolet is doing. They are making a serious play to be the undisputed king of the full-size SUV world. They kicked this whole thing off by calling it as big as the American dream. And based on everything we've seen, they've really tried to stuff it full of features to back that up. So I guess the big question we're left with is, have they actually done enough to redefine what a full-size SUV can be?